Greetings, my friends. This is Maerlande. Let's do some more monkey muddle with my Devi. I like the Devi. I think it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of cool things you can do with the Lanka and this situation. So when we left, I was bringing back my largest army. Don't feel like going to war with Atlantis at the moment. And I saw in the messages, let's have a look, Tirnanog declared war. So I'm going to take a quick look at the statistics and make sure I got the right flag for Tirnanog there. He is. So I wonder what he's going to do. He's got a bit of a small army here. So I think I'm going to change up my plan. I'm going to move this army over there and block him and perhaps raid against him. Now let's just check the setup. It looks fine. It's the same as it was. Using those reanimated undead to keep my prophet in good condition. And the front line of Anusara and Palashanka, not Anusara, these guys are, yes, Anusara and Palashanka can do the main killing. So we'll move him there, back him up. Let's add a little more province defense. I've got a good chunk of gold, so I can afford to do that. We'll move a scout in here, set that scout. I like to try to make a habit of always setting my scouts on retreat. If they've moved past one province from your territory, that retreat doesn't do you any good, but it's still useful. Now under recruitment, I'm going to make a scout a turn. The 20 gold scouts are better than the Atavis I was making. Atavis are still useful, but I'm going to not make more of them. Perhaps, let's have a look at this lowest province and see what the recruitments are. Atavis again. So I'll make one Atavi here, and make sure there's none turned on here, and move this scout down in this area. Now, what should we do with the Devi? I think I don't want to try to take out cataphracts and light cavalries with the Devi, so I'm going to send the Devi over here to take out this bit of militia and archers. And at home, I'm going to start preparing another army to move out that can take out what's in this throne. Ghouls, phantasmal warriors, long deads, and heavy infantry. Well, I should be in good shape for that. Now, long deads have reasonable magic resistance, which will cut down on the effectiveness of my blood bless. This might be a very nice time to boost up with some additional backing troops. I've got one Raktapada here, ready to lead a small squad. I've got an Atavi here, who can also bring along the additional troops, which I've currently got patrolling. So this army's really not quite ready to roll out. So let's purchase something. I think I want to get myself a Raksharaja. It's slow to recruit, but still very useful. We'll get as many Palankashas as we can afford. Okay, we've still got 3 holy left, so let's back them up with some Anusaras. That's used up our holy commitment. And we're going to have, we could probably lead, let's see, leadership 40, undead 65. So that'll be a better bet, using one of my Rakshasis to lead those demons that I just recruited when they come out. Put her on research for now. Let's just check the research. Okay, still working on blood. We want to get up towards some of these inexpensive, but really quite excellent national summons that work with the turmoil. If we get a few of those, that'll improve the action here, moving in against that serious chunk of nasty undead sitting in Liss, the throne province. Okay, I think it's about the limit to what I can do right now. I haven't found any really interesting independents to recruit. I can check a couple others, but nothing much here. And we've saved some money. We're going to start putting a fort together, and I think I'm probably going to put it right here in the Copper Woods, number 39. So it's a good time to boost up some province defense in anticipation. I'm going to check my provinces that I've got a little bit of PD everywhere, more where I need it. And I'm happy. End turn. Let's see the action. Of course, processing turns takes a little bit of time. It's fairly quick when you're only playing a small game with single player. And here we go. Okay, the vassal queen of Atlantis has claimed a throne. Not a big deal to me. A battle in Resting Heights. Well, that's my pretender. She did just fine. I'm going to watch just to make sure that everything's going as well as I'd hoped in these battles. I don't watch every battle, especially when I'm playing single player. But you do want to kind of keep an eye and make sure that things are going as you expect. So here he comes, pretty trivial attacking force. My Devi starts coming forward, and kaduk. Oh, it's acting, lots of killing, and we're done. Simple enough. Well, she has a tremendous amount of fear. And Fanglia, sure enough, Tirnanog attacked. Cost me a little bit. He's using Bear Tribe Warriors and Furbolgs. It was pretty expensive for him, and a hero. I'm going to need to watch that. This could develop into a bit of a problem for me. So, he got the hero. I think it's Lou the Prophet. Lou Longhand. Excellent thug potential, but on the other hand, also an excellent mage. And the fire enhancement is very useful for Tirnanog. Now, a human player would probably be doing something more highly valuable, like searching for fire sites. The AI, well, the AI is stupid. Oh, I see why I lost. His banishment hurts. What's his magic resistance? It's sitting at 20. And that's why the blood vengeance isn't doing a great deal against him. Looks like he hasn't taken any damage from it at all. So his banish is a bit painful. But couldn't be sure about that coming and not being there. So those losses are easily recovered. And in the interim, I'm going to push him hard. Oh, I see. He's built up another batch of them. Well, perhaps now isn't the time to push him hard. Move another scout into his territory. Scout him a little deeper. Building a scout every turn. So if this guy's not going to move forward, let's do a little bit of reanimating. Get some more long dead. Wait a minute. How large is the population of this province? 1360. Well, skip the long dead. I'm going to reanimate some ghouls. Reanimating ghouls kills population. But with a crappy little province like that, I'll never use it for blood hunting. And for those who know, the key population number for blood hunting is 5,000 or greater. So I'm just not going to care. And in the interim, I'm going to hang on here, and I'm going to send reinforcements to help out my prophet. And I'm just going to use the Raktapada, script it simply. Did I save a number 2? I did not. So let's do bless, and cast spells. Move these guys to hold an attack within range of being blessed. Hold an attack, doesn't matter who. The Raktapada should stay behind them, and basically they're moving forward as reinforcements for my prophet. So I'm going to be delayed another turn moving on that throne. That's okay. Best not to get too carried away. I can afford another Raksharaja, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Bunch of Palankashas, and I've run out of gold. Good enough. I'm happy with that. I could start site searching, but I think I'm going to wait. My Devi is going to site search, because I want to use her against this throne next turn, and I think I'll have more than sufficient troops for that. Once that's completed, the following turn I'll move southward against the heavy cavalry. It'll actually be 2 turns away if I reinforce with some more sacreds. And I think that's my turn. Quickly, I'm going to hit the N key. See who I've got for inactive troops. Okay, I've got some scouts. Can move them forward. This guy, I'm just going to put him to hide. And he'll wait and eventually be doing some useful fort building. But I do have to build up some money. Perhaps if I'm going to build up money, I should reduce my expenditure a little bit and go for a slow to recruit Rakshasi. And that allows me to purchase one more Palankasha and not quite another Anusara. Okay, pretty simple turn. It does slow down my expansion, but given I've got an early war, I think it's best to play a little bit conservative here. New turn. It's nice to be able to start site searching very early, but it's not critical because you can't make a great deal of use of those sites right in the early part. Lend me a hand or 4, had no luck finding magic sites. There was a battle in Fanglia, an assassin. Ouch! Took out my Raktapada. Oh, well, that doesn't hurt me too badly because I'd already successfully moved those troops in location. So now we'll put them with the prophet. Move up some more scouts. Set that scout on. Come on, hit the T key. There we go. Retreat. Put it in the back line so it can get away at the optimal timing. And here's the ghouls. I think I'm going to toss the ghouls in the front line. Puts them at a bit of risk, but it's not critical that I save them. And now we're going to try pushing against Tir na Nog. Here, back at my capital, we'll have a look, see if the T key will activate. Okay, I'm not happy that that's sufficient troops to move against that throne yet. I could move around, I could try the Devi here, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do a turn's worth of blood hunting. Now that province has terrible population, so it's sort of a waste of a turn, but sometimes you have to do those things. We're going to max out on our Palankashas and one Anusara. And so the expansion's been a little slower than I'd hoped, but that will have to do. End turn, and go for another turn. Pretty furious action. That's the thing I'm not really very fond of with the AI, is it attacks no matter what, even in the silliest situations. Well, that was extremely effective. 38 bear tribes for a trivial loss on my part of 7 units. Now we're going to start putting Tir na Nog on the major defensive. I'm going to put some good province defense in there, and I'm going to keep attacking as long as I didn't have a significant loss. Oh, I've still got my troops set up. Move this scout a little farther forward. Got another scout, so I'll keep scouting in this direction. One thing I like to do when I'm trying to grab things like scouts or single commanders is use the A key. Now I think I'm ready to make an attempt on this throne. So I'm going to build a heavy front line. Now I do have to get all the blessing done, so I'm going to put my Raksharaja in the back. Bring my solid line of sacreds here and put them on hold and attack. Closest. Put my Raksharaja on blessed times 2. 3. And then cast spells. Raksharaja are excellent thugs, but I don't want to risk it at this point. And I'm also going to use my Atavi chieftain and my somewhat of limited value Atavi infantry with their sticks and stones, so I'm going to have them fire and keep distance at the closest. So the plan is, they'll be up front drawing forward whatever's coming at me. They'll take a little bit of a beating, but while they're delaying the attack, my sacred line from behind will be blessed and moving forward. So let's try that double whammy attack. Grab both of those commanders and move them on. And as support, let's put the Devi kind of right behind for her fear to be active. I'm going to cross my fingers that all of this is going to be successful without a great deal of losses. And I think I'm ready to start doing some site searching. Now the nicest thing is to site search with all level 2s. But this one here with 2 air, 2 death, nature, and blood is kind of optimal. Blood is an easy path to search otherwise. So we'll move her out. They sneak, very useful. And she'll start site searching in that area. Not much more action to be had here. I'm going to take my prophet. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to grab that scout. I want that scout to scout farther. I think that's all the action for this turn that suits what's going on. Oh, come now. Oh, excellent. She got a huge selection of blood slaves. Well, then she should toss a few spells out there. So let's do a setup. We'll clear the orders. We don't have a great deal of spells here available, but tossing in a couple, 3 imps. Let's go for 3 imps and then a reinvigoration and then attack. For those who don't know, reinvigoration resets your fatigue to 0. And she's going to cast those imps at a very low cost anyways, given that her base blood is 9. Back at home, we'll do some recruitment. I really do need to stock up some money. There's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it, and I do think I want to keep producing as many good quality magi as possible. It's going to stop me from recruiting sacreds, but I'll live with that. Actually, I'm rethinking that. I'm going to back that up. I'm going to make myself a Ractopata and sacreds instead. It's more efficient. Okay, we'll do one more turn and then we'll finish up this video and call it done for today. Hopefully, Tir na Nog will be pushed back to his home territories and be forced to retreat. You do have to deal with large hordes of useless units when you're playing with the AI. They love to recruit large amounts of chaff, and that's not the most satisfactory way to learn to fight. A real opponent will be quite different. A battle in lists. Well, I took that exceptionally easily. My losses were trivial. A battle in Acnafali. I was beaten. What did he use? Furbog Druid? That's quite surprising. I think I have to watch that and see why that went so badly. It's not apparent on first glance. Probably a great deal of banishment. Banish, yeah. Mirror image. Well, perhaps the problem is those cavalry got in the back. Yeah, the banishments are happening. So what's up with this druid? Well, nothing there. No, it's just banishment. It's kind of a disappointing result. Not quite what I'd hoped for. Yeah, banishment was the costly effect. It was close, though. A little bit more damage against his sacreds. We'd have had it. Oh, did I get him? Oh, I did successfully hit his prophet and gave it an affliction. Now that's the blood vengeance at work. Well, limp isn't too much, but boy, we came touch and go and close to winning this battle. Alright, now what happened here in Nilmeria? Oh, I see. Agartha attacked some independents. Did not do well. And one of my scouts was found. Well, that's not a big deal. In the Old Man Mountains right here. Let's try a different guy. Put him on retreat and see if he can go in there and do some better action. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to rebuild this army. Start it all over again. Might as well send it back. Did it make it? No. Doesn't have fast move. Move some more scouts up. Keep moving on to Tir na Nog. Let's take a look at the statistics. Score graphs. Well, Tir na Nog took a fair pounding. Where's me? Orange? Yeah. Well, I'm in the severe elite, so I've definitely done very, very well. Since my pretender's here, I'm going to claim this throne. What does this throne do? Spreads Dominion, +1 attack, +1 morale. That never hurts. And the two armies, we'll send this one back. Yeah, we'll send them forward, keep them going. And since it's a throne, I'm going to put some decent PD in there. I see that it's lots and lots of slingers. I'm still trying to save up money for another fort. So I'm going to put the Ractopata on Blood Hunt, and I'm going to move these. I'm going to go back and I'm going to pull these boring crap troops for patrol. Something you can do is after you have set a move command, you can click on the commander again, and now you have the choice of move and patrol, which sets them outside the fort, on top of it, patrolling, instead of being inside and just defending it. Do some site searching, check my recruitment. I'm going to make another Ractopata, and now I'm going to just sit and save troops. Okay, I'm going to call that done for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in game.